I remember we first met in 4th grade. It was like half the year because I had just moved here and I transferred over from Westview to Garden Hills. And they were like, we're gonna give you a mentor. I'm like, what? What's a mentor?
She's always encouraged me to do great.
Over the years, we've kind of caught on to what the other person needed, I think, as far as encouragement.
He was just a quiet little boy in the 4th grade that I looked down on and didn't really know what to expect. And things have changed over the time. But it's been a very interesting journey.
There were a lot of games and things in here to play, and so we played a lot of games and kind of got to talking, and she opened up.
I remember meeting Nadine, and it was just so foreign. It was that feeling of like, wow, this is gonna be a great adventure.
I can talk to her about anything. Like, she's not judgmental. She didn't, like, no matter what I tell her, she don't like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. Like, she don't judge me. She tell me that maybe I should have done this.
And then when she first started coming, I was like, aren't you supposed to be helping me with my homework? And I'm like, okay, no homework. And then I realized, oh, she's a mentor, not a tutor.
I'm proud of the fact that she gets along with others, she relates to others.
There were times when I would come to mentor and she would be gone. Attendance was erratic some days. She had siblings that sometimes needed her care and would stay home. Then there was also a time when she wasn't there at all and the kids said, well, she moved to Chicago. I'm like, okay, we can't do this long distance. But I prayed that she came back and her family situation changed. She did come back, so it wasn't but about maybe 4 months that we were in a hiatus. So we've just hung in there and it's been beneficial for both of us.
My junior year, I had a baby, so I was out of school a lot, and when I came back, I was still first semester considered a junior, and she helped me a lot get caught back up and pushed me to do my work and asked me if I needed any help, and just very good encouragement, and so it helped me get on track to now I'm a senior and I'll be graduating May 31st.
When I moved, I knew that everything else would be fine, but I really worried about our relationship after I moved. So when we do Skype and she talks to me like I'm in the room with her, that means a lot to me.
I just love seeing the interactions change and progress and mature as we went from 8th grade to now where we are. You know, having those conversations where his goals changed as he got older, and to be able to see those, you know, those decisions have some sort of thought behind them and maturity level come with them. It's been really neat to see those progressions as Dylan's gotten older.
I think there were times when I wasn't sure whether I was very effective or not as a mentor, but just kept showing up and he kept coming too.
All my friends had mentors, and I liked the idea. Like, they kind of had, you know what I'm saying, someone to talk to, but at the same time it was more of a friend, you know what I mean? So, and I mean, they always seemed like they had a lot of fun at lunch, so I definitely went with them.
When you're with them, just like let yourself out. Just share your feelings with them because they're there for you, and they take their time for you. So make the moment.
Cassie has always been very passionate and very caring about other people, but I think she's faced some situations as she's been growing up that have helped her mature, and I think she's a much stronger person now.
I can always count on her to ask me like what's going on, like in my life, or like how my day's going. Like, I can't always count on that, but like I know like when I'm going to see her, like even if I always say nothing, but like she'll always ask, like even though she knows I'm going to say nothing.
She was always there for me. Every time I would talk to her, she would always listen. Not only listen, she would give me great advice about the situation and how I could take it to a better standpoint.
I love his outlook on life. He approaches life in a very optimistic way, and it's inspiring to see how happy he is.
Recently, I have had trouble with getting my work on time, so he's really kind of helped me like get back onto the bandwagon of just like working hard for my grades.
She truly has grown in ways she's dealt with stuff, and how she deals with people. I think she's incredibly gifted at seeing how people are feeling and knowing what to say to people.
When we first met, she was very quiet, very shy, and she's found a voice, and she's not afraid to use it.
We started together in 6th grade, and I watched her mature into a lovely young lady. She's very, very polite. I think she works hard.
What you say to your mentor is between you guys. They're just there to listen to you, give you some good advice.
I really enjoyed getting to know someone that I wouldn't otherwise have gotten to know. And I mean, we have little in common. You know, we're not in the same age bracket, we're not in the same, you know, life stage, but that you can be friends with people that you wouldn't ever think you could be friends with.
A trust relationship takes a while to establish, and so to continue to go and give a listening ear, I think, was important.
Whenever I had something to say, he always listened. Whenever I needed advice, he always gave it to me. Whenever I was doing bad in school, he was the first to let me know it.
Well, it was difficult. I was wondering what, was I reaching James? What was I doing here? What am I doing wrong? But he showed up, and I showed up, and I don't know, it was fun. I mean, it had to be, otherwise we wouldn't have continued. And ultimately, we have a good relationship now, I think, but I don't know what he's going to say.
Use your mentor for all that mentor is worth. That mentor is a wealth of information, of references, of knowledge, and just use as much of it as you can.
Just gaining, Ayana's perspective on things was awesome for me. I've taught high school students, but it's very different being able to be one-on-one and really having that person trust you.
I put it to her like, this is what I would do, this is what others have done. You have to make up your mind how you're going to do it. And she has really worked with that and made her own decisions.
I think one of the most difficult things for her, certainly, was losing her mom when she was a junior, when she was just 16. And I've watched her handle that with such grace and maturity that you maybe wouldn't expect for a young lady that age. And it's just impressed me so much about her, and I'm just so proud of her.
I would say take advantage of it. Take a huge advantage of it, and to actually talk to their mentors and to open up, because they're there for a reason.
In some ways, she has mentored me at times when she and I have talked, and maybe I was, worried about a family situation, grandchildren and so on, and she talked to me and gave me some wonderful ideas.
We were eating lunch, and Cameron says to me, he goes, I'm thinking about maybe going to school in Mississippi. He goes, how will this mentoring thing work? So that just let me know that, he's appreciated it, and we've actually grown a really good friendship. I really like and respect this young man.
If you trust them and believe in what they tell you to do, most time you're gonna get the result, and it's usually a good one because they wouldn't let you down.
Keep showing up. That's the most important thing. I told Danielle at the end of our first year that she could choose whether or not she still wanted to have me for a mentor. And I told her that I really wanted to have her for a mentee. And I think that we both just kept showing up, and that's how you develop a relationship.
She never gave up. As weird as it sounds, that's the best thing you want from someone. It's I went through a very rebellious stage, probably worse than most people some days, but she stuck it through there, and she basically stayed by my side. And it's not like a parent where she has to. She chose to take me in as I guess kind of like a family member.
I tell everybody, become a mentor.
I'm going to miss her. I think the best thing I got out of it is a friend.
It's just good to know that there's somebody out there that has probably been through the same things you have been through.
I hope we can keep in touch too as you
Definitely.
go on.
I don't
whether
think that
it's-
we have a choice.
Yeah. Okay. I'm being forced into that. No. And I know she's going to do great with whatever she decides, and I want you to know, I guess, that just because you don't know what you want to do now doesn't mean anything, because I had no idea what I wanted to do when I was graduating high school, and I still don't necessarily know completely what I want to do.
We've had some high times and some low times, and I'm really just kind of sticking with your mentee, and together you guys get through it.
Just to anyone who's like getting a mentor, go into it positively, you know, have like a positive outlook, because like it's someone who, I think especially for like a boy getting a mentor and like growing into like a young man, just the concept of like love, like it's something you don't say a lot, but like it's important to like love your mentor, and like I love Bob.
The biggest change I've seen is his social interaction and his confidence with his peers and just in general. Branching out, he's got really involved in bands and choirs and kind of musical interests, which is neat to see. I've gone to a bunch of programs for him, and it's really cool to see him playing and succeeding at that.
You know, you could have gave up on me a lot of times, and you didn't. You always was there for me, even when other people weren't. And I really want to thank you for giving me these 10 years and showing me that I can be a really good person and helping me grow. It has really changed my life.